Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the video and good morning. I hope your morning is going great. Mine's been awesome so far, and today we have some really funny things to talk about and cool. It's really funny, guys. There's two players in Contenders right now who go by the names of XQC on a budget and Deletebrig. That'll be the first half of the video. We're going to take a look at who these players are and why they chose these names. Moving on to the second part of the video, we are going to be talking about New York Excelsior versus Philadelphia Fusion because they played today in a show match and it was super exciting. It went all the way to the fifth map, 99-99, 1-1 on Lijiang Tower. It was epic. So that will be the video. But before we hop into it, I have to tell you guys there is going to be the talk show today at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific time. If you don't know what time that is, Google 5 p.m. Eastern to my time and it will tell you when it is, and be sure to show up. We're going to be talking with OG from the Dallas Fuel and Super from the San Francisco Shock about anything and everything Overwatch League, from season 1 to the off season, all the crazy signings, XQC getting banned, Defran, all of his drama, of course the new teams, Vancouver Titans, so much to cover, as well as going into season 2. We're also going to be bringing on you guys, the guests, who have been randomly selected throughout the week to come ask OG and Super any questions. So tune in, guys. Link to the talk show is down below. Twitch.tv/BeLiveOfficial is the link. Click it, follow, and tune in at 5 p.m. Eastern. Sorry for the long intro today, guys. Just got to make sure that everyone knows the talk show is going down today and you need to tune in. It's going to be amazing. Be sure to type down in the comments that you're showing up today and I'll drop you a heart. And now without further ado, let's jump into it. So we'll go ahead and start off with the Chinese Contenders player that goes by the name of Deletebrig. The casters for Chinese Contenders, when they learned his name, they thought it was hilarious. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
We will throw this one over the casters, who will be I Hold Shift and Ryan Central.
Thank you so much, Blank and the boys. Not a lot of time to break this one down, but I'm really interested, Ryan, to take a look at some of these newer players just to get a feel for them. I think everyone's got their eyes on Deletebrig for, one reason or another, I would imagine.
How has he got away with that? Surely Blizzard likes 3 names. Like, we need to sort of really, the elephant in the room. How has this been allowed? I hope, just for the sake of irony, that he just plays just Brigitte, but I don't see he's actually going to be playing Tracer, which makes it even funnier. That's what he's locked in, at least. So it is going to be Flag Gaming versus Restart. I think we tested Restart last week.
So there it is, guys, the player Deletebrig from Restart in Chinese Contenders. So now you're probably wondering who this Deletebrig guy is, and unfortunately I have no idea. This is the only alias we know him under, because Restart, this is their first season of any competitive tournament besides Open Division and Trials, and there is no records of their previous names during Trials or during Open Division. So we literally have no idea who this Deletebrig guy is. All I know is he is a legend. He changed his name last minute going into Chinese Contenders. I'm sure Blizzard is going to have him change it for next week. But hey, you have to applaud the man for coming in with this name. And moving on to the next player from South America, we have XQC on a budget, and this guy also deserves a round of applause because this is hilarious. Let's just go ahead and roll some random clips from the match between Quad Gaming and Based Tryhards, because hearing the casters say XQC on the budget is so funny. Roll it.
We're getting eliminated as it's going to be Honorado getting that pressure still in the back line. Self-destruct trying to claim a kill, not going to get it. Ponchi getting that sound barrier as well, giving some protection by Quad Gaming in this intense moment. They are trying to do everything they can regardless of tryhards having that respawn advantage. Self-destruct overhead managing to get XQC on a budget, following up with the mech kill onto Leon as they do hold before they reach the second point completion. Still applying pressure on the high ground now, trying to find Alamong on the upper position, but will manage to get XQC on the budget taken down. Get on it with the Primal Rage Winston. Oh, XQC on a budget, able to buy some time here, hopefully going to survive through it as Aegis now trying to pressure with the Genji themselves. Overtime still ticking away again, trying to make sure that they can stay close enough to the payload pick coming out. Double kill, here comes the Blade looking for a triple, but the Primal Rage claims it first. Neil getting Hero Fly, as this is just the last tail end of Quad Gaming trying to survive. Last member on the point. Overtime shredding away as they look to hold before they reach the first checkpoint.
It's hilarious, but unfortunately for Quad Gaming, as you guys can see by the score, they were getting dominated, but it is for a good reason. This Based Tryhards team is the same team that played under Brazil Gaming House in the last couple seasons of Contenders, and let me tell you, Brazil Gaming House has dominated the South American region for years. Like, straight up, they've never lost a tournament. So these guys are incredible. I wouldn't expect any team to defeat them, especially in the first week of Season 3 of Contenders. Maybe a competitor will arise in South America that can defeat them, but for now, nobody can. Nobody can. But back to XQC on a budget. As you guys can see, just hearing the name being said is so damn funny on a professional cast in Contenders, and you definitely know Blizzard is going to be at the neck of this player telling him change your name or you're going to get banned or something, because we all know Blizzard just straight up don't like XQC, so it's obvious they will ask him to change it, and also it's a little unprofessional. I can understand why they would want him to change it. But we do know the identity, or at least the previous alias of this guy going under XQC budget. His name before this was Stro, S-T-R-O. And similar to Restart, Quad Gaming also came through trials, but there is records of this guy and his former name, which again was Stro. This is pretty hilarious. I think it's funny. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this part of the video. If you want me to continue adding funny things like this in, I feel like it had to be talked about. Everybody was going nuts about it on Reddit. So shout out to these guys for having awesome names and making people laugh. And now let's go ahead and move on. But before we do that, I just want to remind you guys one more time, talk show, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific time. Google what time that is for you and show up. It's going to be amazing. OG from the Dallas Feel, Super from San Francisco Shock. And now let's move on and talk about the show match between New York Excelsior and Philadelphia Fusion yesterday, because it was so damn close. It was incredible. We started off on Busan, and before we hop into the actual match, I want to go over each team's rosters because they didn't make a change throughout the entire thing. Every single player on both teams played this entire match, full 5 maps. Starting off with the New York Excelsior roster, we have Animo, Libero, Nene, Mano, Mako, and Jonak. For the Philadelphia Fusion, we have Poco, Boombox, Neptuno, EQO, Carpe, and Sado. So no swaps straight up. On Busan, we started out both teams running goats, and this map was really close. It did come out on top with New York Excelsior winning 2-0, but pretty much Philadelphia Fusion got to take it up close to 99 both rounds. And similar to no players getting swapped out through this entire set, there was pretty much no comp swaps. Philadelphia Fusion did mix it up a little bit on Volskaya, but other than that, it was just goats versus goats versus goats versus goats. And I understand that a lot of people aren't going to like that. They don't enjoy the very long drawn out fights that are predictable with the ults, and you can usually, well, not usually, sometimes you can tell who is going to win. I think it is exciting and not as predictable as some people think. Sure, if a team has a lot of ults, yeah, they might come out on top, but that's how it is in any meta. It doesn't matter if it's goats or not. And I do feel like there's more flipping potential when you're running goats because the fights are very long drawn out, and eventually you can build up new ults. And in my opinion, I think more times than not, it comes down to positioning. It's more of a chess game, and from a high level perspective, I think it's really cool to watch, especially when I come from scrims, watching Kungarna play goats versus goats versus goats. It's like, I don't know. It's just what the game is right now. Of course, metas will eventually shift and we won't see goats anymore. Who knows, by the time Overwatch League comes, we probably won't be in the goats meta. But for now, it's exciting. I do enjoy it, and Busan went in favor of New York Excelsior. It was a 2-0 win. I feel like Mano is definitely better Reinhardt here than Sado. It is kind of sad not seeing Fraggy, knowing he was an amazing Reinhardt during Season 1 and prior to Season 1. But hey, Philly did put up a good fight. Another thing to mention, Nene in there on Zarya, he was the DPS player besides Sabiobi, Pine, or Flower. And he was pretty solid on that Zarya. You gotta give it to him. It is definitely possible that he's the best Zarya on this roster, but I do also think it's possible that New York Excelsior decided to run him this entire match just to give him some experience competing against an Overwatch League team. But that was it for Busan. We moved on to King's Row, and of course you hear King's Row, goats meta. You're gonna see goats over and over and over, and it was a fun match. It went all the way down to the wire. Pretty much the last team fights, both teams in overtime on their last push. New York Excelsior did come out on top. I felt like Nene popped off, and he had a really good game here. He had some nice flank grabs. Also, Mako eating a couple grabs from Carpe. And of course, the star player I think throughout this entire set was Mano, and you'll definitely see a crazy play coming out from him later into the match. But that's pretty much it. New York Excelsior, another close match against Philly. They took it, went up 2-0. Moving on to the third map, this is where it got more interesting. We saw Volskaya Industries and Philadelphia Fusion finally tried a comp that wasn't goats. They ran the double sniper, which was EQ on the Hanzo, Carpe on the Widowmaker, and it went well for them. They held that first point down for 3 minutes, but eventually New York cracked through and they snowballed the second point, and they had a lot of time left. Philadelphia Fusion, though, they were no slouch either on their attack. They pushed through first, pushed through second, goats v goats, and we now had a situation on Volskaya where we could see teams cap over and over and over, but Philadelphia Fusion actually weren't having it, and on their defense, they held New York Excelsior for around 4 minutes on the first point, and then on Philadelphia Fusion's second attack, they capped first and second, winning the map, taking it to a 2-1 lead now for New York Excelsior, cutting it down a little before we went on to Rialto. And well, Rialto, a very similar map to King's Row. You hear that, you're thinking goats immediately, maybe some spawn camping comps with like a roadhog, but it's mostly going to be goats, and that's exactly what it was. This was also a very exciting map. It went down to the very last team fight, which was looking to be so damn exciting, and well, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. Let's go and roll the clip.
From NYXL, Animal going down. They're going to have to wait even more. This gives the Fusion free cart push right now. They're only going to have to win one more to send us to a 5th and final map.
Absolutely. 1 minute remaining for the Philadelphia Fusion attack. They've got the Trance, they've got the Rally, and they've got the Diva Bomb. They don't have Shatter, they don't have Grab. They're not going to have Sound Barrier. Whereas NYXL, they're about to have the Trance, and they have the Sound Barrier, and maybe the Diva Bomb for this fight. So we're going to have to see how they take this one on. The bubble coming out on the enemy, Reinhardt. Transcendence from Jonak already popped. Going into this fight, trying to build up as much Reinhardt percentage here. He wants that Earth Shatter. Gonna block the Diva Bomb, no problem. Gets stunned.
They'll go in the cart, and NYXL C9's Philadelphia Fusion to bring this to a 5th map.
No way. That is unlucky.
I mean, the Diva Bomb from Poco forced everyone back.
Yeah.
It forced Mono to try not to lose his shield. His shield broke anyway.
Oh man, I wonder if you guys saw that coming. It was looking so exciting, like it was about to go down. Everybody was gonna pop their ults and just fight, and boom, C9 from New York. Unfortunate, but hey, this did push us into that 5th map, which was very exciting, and also went down to the very last team fight, literally. First round went to New York Excelsior, it was a 99-99. Second round went to Philadelphia Fusion, wasn't 99-99, but still close, and then the third round, all the way down to the wire, and Mano makes an incredible game-winning play. Let's watch it.
Big plays coming out of Mono at the end to get the shatter, get the charge, open up space, and win it for NYXL as he rightfully gets his play of the game.
Absolutely. What a momentous.
And
here it is. Yeah. All right, so let's look at it again. He gets Sato, and he also kills Carpe with the charge. Does he knock him off the map?
I think so. I think he did.
Ridiculous.
Mano was honestly the player for New York Excelsior today. He made so many plays with his Earth Shatters, his positioning, keeping his shield up when it needed to be, and he took command. He took charge for his team, and as OG said about 4 days ago, he thinks Mano is the best Reinhardt in the Overwatch League. Well, we're going to talk more about it tomorrow on the talk show, that's for sure, because we do have 2 main tanks from the Overwatch League joining us, OG from Dallas Fuel, as mentioned, and Super from San Francisco Shock, talking anything and everything Overwatch League. So tune into the talk show, 5 p.m. Eastern. Google what time that is for you guys. It's at twitch.tv/BLiveOfficial. Tune in, go drop a follow, boys. Thank you for watching this video. It was really fun talking about an Overwatch League match, or I guess a show match between the two. It feels like we haven't been able to talk about a really good match like this in a long time, so thank you for watching. Let me know if you guys are excited for the Overwatch League. I hear there might be a preseason in January. I'm excited for that. I hope there is. I'm not going to hype it up yet because I'm not too sure, but hey, tune into the talk show. Peace out, guys. Love you all.